Welcome back to Already Podcast. You have your hosts, Grant and Elijah here. Come back to another week. We're fresh off of a pretty solid Michigan win. Just kick off the season, and we're on the eve of the Lions kicking it off. Opening night against the Kansas City Chiefs. Just kick off the NFL season. So really great time, exciting time to be a football fan. Even better time to be a Michigan fan and a Detroit Lions fan. Kind of kick things off here, E. I'm gonna throw it over to you. Just kind of jump into East Carolina. They're obviously able to take care of them pretty easily. The 30-3 win. Just want to kind of see your thoughts on how the game went down and what you like about it.
Yeah, I thought we handled business. Definitely nothing too sexy. Definitely nothing to be overly afraid of. I thought it was just a smooth victory. We kept it fairly vanilla, very bland. As far as offensive scheme goes, I think what we're really doing was just looking to get everybody involved, looking to get JJ out there, get the juices flowing for him, letting him kind of sling the ball around, trying to keep the running, something we were texting about during the game, keeping the running backs healthy, keep those carries down when possible. I don't know for absolute fact, I did not fact check this, but I'd be willing to bet Donovan Edwards and Donovan Edwards and Blake had double or triple the amount of carries last year game one compared to this year game one.
Oh yeah.
Every carry we can minus in September off their legs and move to back end of December and November. That's that much better for our program, that much better for the team. Standouts to me, Roman Wilson, JJ McCarthy connection. You could tell the work they put in throughout dating back to last year, but moving throughout the offseason, moving into this year. I can't name the last time we've seen a running back quarterback duo have 3 touchdowns in the maize and blue. I don't want to I can't name it. So just a special connection, and I'm looking forward for that for the rest of the year. So just to touch on defense looks stout. I'm mad that they kind of sneaked in a little field goal with, whatever, literally the clock expiring, I believe. Just, kind of a snake move as far as I'm concerned. You might as well just throw up the Hail Mary. At least I could respect you get a touchdown with no time left. But not something I would have did, but, defense, as far as I'm concerned, more or less got a shutout. We were minus 3 starters. Will Johnson, walking NFL draft pick, was out. We had a couple of young bucks in there. Page, I believe, was out. And why am I blanking on another corner?
Rob Moore.
Rob Moore. Yep. So large parts of our secondary were out. Let some young people get some plays in them. They look fine. So overall, I'll tip my hat to them. Just a good, solid victory.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think it was, what you expected. I think we both kind of talked about like seeing like maybe a little bit more points, but I don't know. Then you kind of like see the game transpire, and you're like, okay, like this kind of makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? Like Harbaugh's not there. ECU's game plan was obviously just to shoot gaps and just send like 7 or 8, like literally every like on first and second down, and just trying to like stuff the run. So we just took what they gave us. Gracie and JJ. I mean, I've said it on here hundreds of times, but I keep bringing it up because we could potentially be on the cusp of just starting to really see like him like take that turn, but just he got a full spring practice with one like getting reps as the one, to where the previous spring ball he had the shoulder injury. He didn't get to throw all of like half of like fall camp, his freshman year. Fast forward to this year, he got all those reps, all that experience, able to really just like have like a real off season. And I do feel like we are, like he looks super comfortable. We know it's ECU, not overreacting too much. We're going 26-30 for like 280 and 3 touchdowns. Definitely he's looked in command, a lot more comfortable. You see that connection looked solid between him and Wilson. And yeah, I mean, I would, running backs, these first few games, they can kind of, do what's necessary, get out. We need them guys, we need them week 8, 9, 10 you start to get, closer to the matchup, at the Thanksgiving weekend, and looking to get to the Big Ten championship again. So love what I saw from the offense. Defense, I mean, that's like, they really did their thing. Like you said, I think I'd call it a shutout. But I just like to see the depth. We had all these guys in the secondary out. But Keon Sabb, he came in, and I mean, I saw him make 5 or 6 like solid plays. Like I think he looked like he could probably
He
start.
belonged out there. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, like he's a true sophomore. So it's just really good to just kind of just see not really a ton of drop off, and we understand who the opponent was. But I mean, guys are in their places where they're supposed to be. It was the first, some of the guys' first starts in the big house, crowd going crazy on while they're on defense. Like there's a lot of opportunity there to kind of come up small. But I feel like a lot of our, a lot of our younger guys came in and did what they were supposed to. Linebackers, I mean, I think that might be this year. They're potentially like our strongest like position group. Like it could be close between like them and like the edge rushers. I feel you got Barrett, 6-year guy. You got Colson, who's a junior. I mean, those are both NFL guys in my opinion. You got the guy Ernest Hoffman. That's only a sophomore, and they were just flying all over the place.
Yeah, 100%.
Need some time to, kind of get things right. I don't love that they didn't have like not one sack. But it's tough in these games because most of the time, quarterback, they don't have a whole lot of time. They throwing a short pass and they just taking off and running. Like it's kind of hard to like, really, really try to get back there when you're playing like inferior opponents like this, where they're just trying to do quick stuff, not give time to get to the quarterback. But overall, they were definitely getting pressure when they needed to, make a lot of plays in the backfield. It was a solid showing overall.
No, I agree. I do, and we can move on to the next game. 2 points I want to make is I completely agree with you. JJ looked very calm, and those just to have somebody that steady at quarterback is exactly what we need. He looked like he had been around the program for 2 years. He looked like he had a whole healthy offseason. He was familiar with the receivers. And then as far as the defense goes, I agree with you on no sacks. That's something I look forward to seeing because that's just demoralizing teams' quarterbacks. But also another thing that is when these quarterbacks are so happy foot or they're scared to call certain plays or whatnot, that's a self check. And as although that might not show up in the stat line, that's equally as good as a sack when that quarterback is completely throwing the ball away at a bad time or rushing things at a. So I look at it as that where that quarterback, they pulled him at one point, the Garcia kid, they pulled him and put him the backup. Then they re-put him back in just to get him, some reps. They didn't know what they were doing. We obviously were disrupting things, and that's something I look forward to the defense doing the rest of the
year. 100%.
Starting this couple of days with UNLV. Much of the same.
Yeah.
I anticipate that defense coming out ready to fire, and they're probably being told how they had no sacks and how they better have, start getting those numbers up for this upcoming week. So,
yeah. That's perfect segue. It's really talking about UNLV game. They got a 3:30 Eastern time start. Don't love that. Love my noon slot, but it is what it is. I won't complain too much about. We got like 3 or 4 7:30 games this year, which is just weird. But anyways, yeah. But I do just feel like it's gonna be another one of them games where we just got to get in there, handle business, and just really not be playing around, keep everybody healthy. I do, like to kind of see JJ just consistently just kind of, do his thing. Just, would like to see maybe a little bit more from the run game, but nothing like, we don't need like nothing extravagant. Don't need to be running anybody 20, 25 times, something like that. But you just want to see things get cleaned up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I had to grade them last week, I think they're at probably like a B as far as just like how I thought they looked, B plus. Now I want, now I'd be curious to kind of see how they just take it to the next level, and just really like, do what they can execute. But we all know too, it's going to be all within reason just because Harbaugh's not there, and we got Hart, and Jay Harbaugh, taking turns, at the helm. So
and I think something I agree with you. Moving forward to this UNLV game, I do want to see us establish the run, even though I just said that I liked how we can shave the carries off when possible.
Yeah,
But I do think we need to establish the run because that is who we are.
a little more consistency.
Yeah, yeah. And I think what we would have done historically, if we had a Shea Patterson or a Cade McNamara out there, we would have been not as efficient in the pass game. So we
Yeah,
would have been forced to lean on that run game, which would have panned out eventually. If we
right.
rolled that well enough, as you see, Edwards would bust out a 40-yarder. If you give down, if or not Edwards, but Corum bust out a
Or
40-yarder, 39-yarder this week. If you go to the hold enough, the well enough of those two players, it will pay off. I think that we were forced to do that historically. We're going to have to give Blake the ball 30 times, hoping
yeah,
he can put a couple 20-yarders in that mix, versus saying, hey, let's just stand up, keep them, on the sideline, let JJ go toss it around, and move the ball. It looked real easy for them, and
yeah,
and I'm not saying that arrogantly for the team, but it looked like, we're not even okay. You're clearly not going to give us the run. You're forcing us to pass. We'll just take that. We're not going to, which I think, and maybe that'd be a Harbaugh thing. Maybe Harbaugh is the one to say, no, fuck that. We're going to run this ball. Maybe we
right.
would have still tried that if he was there. But, I do agree. We need to establish the run, a little bit. Just give, 20, I don't want to put a number on it, but, a good healthy number of carries, and use that to our offensive pass game advantage. Well, a little play action, get
Yeah.
everybody involved. Everybody eats me. That's kind
So,
of
so I'd be curious too, just how I mean, JJ got the ball to like 8 or 9 different guys
mm-hmm.
last Saturday. I'd just be curious to see how different it looks if Sharon Moore is back.
Yep.
Kind of doing like calling plays and stuff. Just how they plan on mixing it up. If it's more run heavy, if it's more, or more on the passing side of things. I do kind of like the aspect of just kind of let JJ get the confidence up and
Yep.
just really, just deal it around, throw for 300, 350 a couple, over the next couple of games, once or twice. I mean, that, like, we're just putting tape out there that it's like, okay, like, now we got to worry about the run and the pass, to where last year, which I think is, the season has me more excited, but we ain't overreacting yet, but it has me more excited is like we were able to just run people into the ground. They knew it was coming last year. We were still able to, get to where we wanted to get to. So if he can consistently start doing that, throwing that ball around the field, sky's the limit.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that is. I think we both can agree that if and when Michigan wins the championship, it'd be on JJ's shoulders more than it probably will be on Blake's and Donovan Edwards. Now we need them to get us there, but if we get over that last big hurdle, it's probably going to be on JJ's shoulders. Whether that's a big time throw to win it all, or whether it's a big time third down long conversion or whatnot, his feet. I think it's going to have to happen with him, and I think you begin to establish those reps now, where it's just he can believe in himself that, hey, they're stuffing the run. I just stand back and throw this thing out. They need me to go get this 3rd and 20 mid fourth quarter versus whoever. I have that confidence, and I think he has that by playing in the college football playoff last year, but also just having that aura about yourself where you just threw for 300 yards and 3 tubs and didn't play a quarter and a half.
Right.
That I am him type of vibes, and I think he does need a little bit of that to get us over that hurdle, over that hump.
Confidence. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm right there with you. What do you think? Throw out a quick score prediction. What do you think things will kind of look like for them against UNLV?
Yeah, I think we both said that, these assistant coaches are going to probably play a little more conservatively than we would be keen to normally. So I think we're right back in. I think I dropped like a 50-something, 58-10 or something last week. I think we'll roll that in a little bit and give us like a 45-14. Just a good solid boot on the neck the whole game type of situation, or most of the game, and then we break it out, coming out of halftime.
Mhm.
And just put that scripts on them. So 45-14 is what I'm gonna say.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do 45 to like 42, 45 to 3. I think they're gonna continue to just shut people's water off. Got respect for every opponent. I just don't see like Eastern Carolina was definitely like I think they were like more of a stronger opponent than UNLV maybe. So I just feel like it's gonna be one of them things. Hopefully we can get the quarterback a little bit more. Be a little bit more disruptive in the backfield. I like to see another turnover.
Yeah.
But I do
I mean, we got
think
robbed. We got robbed a turnover.
yeah.
We got a bad roll of the dice. Our first possession, getting it on the half an inch yard line. Um,
So you guys
so
two touchdowns right there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because really, I think that pick would have been somewhere on our side of the field. Um, yeah, I mean, we blew a kick. I mean, so I think you got, let's call it at 17 points left on the field right there, which
Yep.
puts us at right about 50.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, we're right about there. Just a few little cleanup deals. Obviously it's a long season. Just you're putting that brick by brick by brick until you
Right.
build that championship.
First game, people, got a lot of jitters. I think I expect them to execute. Not that they already did it. I mean, I think, but they're gonna put together 2 to 3 more drives.
Right.
Some solid ones. So yeah. But now to get to the main course, we got Lions, and yeah, just under 24 hours. Um, start kicking off in Kansas City, and yeah, never thought we'd be even in this type of situation. I was jokingly telling you that look what all we needed to do last year just to even be considered, and I really think they putting us there because they feel like we could be like an easy little win for them after what happened to the Rams when they scheduled Buffalo and Buffalo ended up beating them like 31-10 on ring night. So we got a big opportunity here to just show up, crash the party, ruin ring night. But yeah, I just want to kind of see your thoughts on how things have transpired finally up to this point, and just want to see how you're feeling about tomorrow.
Yeah, I would say now is the time to I don't want to speak too early, but now is the time to put up or shut up. I think you have to I take into account the amount of pressure. I don't want to call it pressure, but the amount of hype surrounding the Lions, surrounding the coach, the draft picks, McCarthy, or not McCarthy, but Hutchinson from last year. It's just, the amount of buzz around the team is
Crazy.
unmatched. Something I've never seen. It really is. And I think, like you said, I think the NFL can sense that. That's why they're kind of throwing us the bait, more of a prove it type of deal. I think that's kind of how I would look at it is, who are you guys? Are you the 1-7 team, or are you the team that finished 8-1? Who exactly are you guys? Are you the Hard Knocks darlings everybody kind of fell in love with last year, or are you know are you going to fall apart kind of midseason? So I think all of that kind of, and it's not necessarily all hung on just a win. Like we have to win this, but I think you have to come out and look like a formidable, legit playoff team, a team that's a force to be reckoned with. Maybe we lost this game for these few minor issues here that you can point to, but week in and week out, this is a threat. This is a team that if you don't have your shit together, you'll lose to. And it looks like they're marching to the playoffs. I think that all starts with tomorrow. You're in a hostile environment. They're going to be flying high.
Yep.
Rumors about whether Kelsey plays. I highly doubt Jones is going to play at this point, but they got people out, people missing. They're going to be flying high because of the rings. I just feel like you have to. I want to say you have to come out and win, but you definitely don't. You have to come out and look like a formidable playoff team, top down. That's we need Golf to come out and play his same type of football he played last year. We need Hutch to pick up. We need Hutch to get Mahomes on the ground at least one time.
Yeah.
I think he needs to have that some early success as well. I think Gibbs need early success. I think excited to see what Jack Campbell can do. Just all these pieces need to begin to come together. And I think it is the time as far as this team looks like it's that right team. And I think there's no better time to come out and prove it. And I said this right before we hopped on. It's a litmus test. If nothing else, it's a litmus test to who we are. And if you're not going to be ready to come out and play after 4 months, I don't know if you can be, if the coach can get you ready week to week.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I second all that. I mean, I think it's just, now I feel like my whole mindset has been this entire offseason is like, I mean, now it's time to, like you said it, put up or shut up. It's time to really just build off momentum. You can't finish the season, 7-2, whatever they finished, and come out and lay an egg. I feel like we got some new weapons. Really excited to see what they do with Jahmyr Gibbs. I've been just hearing, he'd probably be a receiver, in the backfield, doing a lot of just different things with them. Yeah, really just seeing like everybody just taking that next step. We another year in the offense. We still got Ben Johnson. We got a lot of opportunity there. And I'm just looking at the defense, looking at the depth chart. Look like Brian Branch starting at the nickel. They got
I mean, I have a hard time believing there's 10 better defenders on the squad. I mean, like just to see what we've seen in the couple of preseason games.
Yeah. So, I'm just excited, man. I think we got a little bit more depth on defense, which we would have got a little bit more, but it is what it is. I think we definitely got better, definitely took some steps forward. I don't love that one of our starters, Isaiah Buggs, is benched because he just didn't show up to voluntary workouts in the offseason, but it is what it is. But I think it's really going to be, I'm not going to sit here and repeat a whole lot of things you said, but we got like an opportunity here to where Chris Jones is not playing. So that's, we got one of the best O-lines in the game. We should be able to take advantage of that, that opportunity. Frank Clark not there anymore. I mean, their pass rush is like their D-line looks a little bit different than it did last year when they were a Super Bowl team. So, Kelsey, I mean, he just hyperextended his knee. They're saying he's questionable. I'm sure he's going to, gut it out and just try to play. So we, I ain't wishing no bad on, nobody from injury standpoint. Honestly, want people at full strength to be able to beat them that way. We are in a situation though. They're down a couple of soldiers, so I think we just really gotta take advantage. I said they're potentially down a couple of soldiers. I just checked Google to see if Chris Jones signed in the last hour or not, because it could just kind of drop like that.
Never know.
So, but yeah, we just got an opportunity here to just, either steal a win, which would be huge just for our playoff chances down the road. Because I don't know, man, the teams in our division gonna beat Kansas City. And just to start things off in the gate, we can start off. We win this game, we could potentially start off 3-0, 4-0, and just really, really get things going. So we'll see what they got tomorrow, though.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I guess just to ask a couple of questions regarding certain players. Like, what do you? I mean, I guess we don't know, but how do you anticipate? Gibbs. We burn. I don't want to say burn. We used the top 15 draft pick on him. Unorthodox. We went and we did that right before or right after we signed Montgomery. How do you kind of look at him as shaping out his own role? How do you view they're going to use him tomorrow? Just as a weapon. Kind of.
Looking at this depth chart, we only got 3 receivers, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be there playing receiver quite a bit. But I can see him. I think they can literally use him like Alvin Kamara. He'll probably get like 6-7 targets off the backfield, run the ball 8 to 12 times. They just want to try to do what they can just to get him in space. Just trying to, screens, maybe a jet sweep or two, running, just getting like a mismatch on a linebacker, run like a little angle route out the backfield, something like that. They're gonna do whatever they can to just get him in situations where he can win the matchup. I do feel like Montgomery, he's gonna be the one really just kind of, and it's like I said, like no lie, looking at how this depth chart, it looks crazy on you look at it like this, but they only have Marvin Jones Jr., Antoine Green, and Amon St. Brown.
That is
They
crazy.
got Reynolds and Khalif Raymond. So
Because
like,
they cut Mims or whatever.
yeah,
Uh,
he didn't make it.
J-Mo
He didn't even make
suspended.
it to the
So yeah,
preseason.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
they're
no,
super
I
thin.
kind of agree with you on the Alvin Kamara comparison. I think a lot of people are saying that. And I just looked, Alvin, and I would be happy with this. I don't know about you, but Alvin Kamara was essentially the backup running back his rookie year.
Yeah,
He was back up to Ingram. I imagine Kamara or yeah, no, I got it pulled up here. Yeah, so no, he was the backup to Ingram. Ingram had 1,130 yards that year, but so Kamara had 728 yards, 8 touchdowns rushing, 81 catches, 826 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns.
yeah,
Um, I I imagine that's probably the split that they kind of want to. I imagine they're looking at that and mirroring that, saying if
like 5 and
Montgomery can,
5, 6 and
yeah,
6.
yep, if Montgomery can be the workhorse and go ahead and get us the 1,100,000 plus yards, be our bell cow, and then he comes in sparingly as the split back or the um, slot receiver or whatnot, and kind of just rack up yards, like you said, just be a mismatch nightmare. I think that's
Yeah,
how they plan on using him, and I think we're going to be forced to because obviously St. Brown's a top flight receiver, and Marvin Jones, he is who he is. He's a good player, but outside of
yeah.
that, you got to have some needle movers, some difference makers, and I think this he might be one of them. I want to, you know, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I want to see how they're going to play this.
Yeah.
And
So
like you said,
and I guess to kind of like even say too, I do feel like we're gonna try to run the ball. Like if Jones not playing, I think we're gonna
yeah,
try to run that ball at least 30 times. So it's really gonna be like some, obviously they're gonna have to establish some kind of passing attack. But yeah, I'll be curious to kind of see how we just kind of work into things. You know what I'm saying? How it is kind of like how it looks like coming out the gate.
right.
Because right now, I mean, if I'm looking at it, I feel like we are a lot stronger at running back than we are at receiver. Like it's
Yeah,
just, and with
I
the
agree with that.
top
And I mean,
of the line,
obviously, the elephant in the room is JMO missing, and just the how depleted we are at that position until he comes back.
yeah,
Whether and I'm ignorant to this, maybe just something you could talk on. Just whether the tight ends will be able to do we have a tight end that is like a flexible enough or like more a Y where he could be out there flexed and play um in a slot, play out. I'm not entirely sure of who we would have to be able to do that in consistently week in and week out. But there might
I
be a
think
couple other people you could plug in there that be able to kind of pick up slack as far as that
for
comes
sure,
and
like
goes.
safety valve at worst, safety
Yeah.
valve.
Well, I guess I'm tripping. We got Laporta.
I'm about to
So I
say he
think they
can.
imagine. Yeah, I imagine Laporta will be able to be that miss.
Mhm.
Because I'm like, damn, we got rid of Hawkinson, we got rid of fucking. I'm like, so, but
Yeah,
no,
we are
we
kind
got
of. Yeah,
Laporta, so
yeah,
we
we
got.
got so right now the starter is Brock Wright. So he was solid last year, caught like 3, 4 touchdowns. How we was using him kind of like weird last year after we got rid of Hawkinson. It was kind of like a rotation of them essentially. So he's starting right now, but I do think these I think Laporta gonna get some action. I feel like he'll be in a spot to where he might get a few targets. Um, but yeah, I mean, I do think we got like enough firepower there to just kind of add to the passing attack and keep them on their toes.
Yeah. Now, do you think the fact that they got Brock Wright listed as a starter is a red flag in your eyes, or
Um, uh, no,
because
I would say
all right, let me just come on and say that Brock Wright for his career has 30 catches for 300 yards.
yeah, I would just say it's probably like I would just say maybe Laporte just need a couple more weeks.
Yeah, or maybe we're leaning more into the run, more of
Yeah,
a yeah, yeah. Um,
yeah,
but if he's not, I guess you could not start and be a big playmaker. He could come in and make plays. I want to, I would like
right.
to see the sprinkle of him making plays. But I imagine if your claim to fame is I'm a receiving tight end, you should be able to beat out the dude in 3 years who has 30 catches for 300 yards.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, if it ain't week 5, if he ain't, we'll revisit that in a few weeks. But no, I think at least right now, probably just need to tighten some things up. But hell, they'll end up being a double tight, quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna be, out there, even if he ain't just like the first one out there. He might be when it's time to kind of spread things out. He might be the one that's gonna be in the slot,
right.
being at the Y, kind of, or like I think he might be a better route runner
For sure.
than Brock Wright is. So yeah, but we looking solid on offense. Receiver, there's a couple question marks there, but defense, I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing there.
I think that's what we need to come out and prove is that we can put us like a stop to something. Last year we were like, last year we were. It looked there was a couple of games.
Something.
I mean, there was a couple of games last year where it just, Jano Smith looked like he's back at West Virginia. We were getting lit up. We was and so I think that's what will be demoralizing is even if our offense can keep up, if they go out there and Mahomes if it's I mean, we would still be excited, but if it's a shootout and it's a 40, 45, 42, it's like, God damn it.
It is.
And we're possibly without Kelsey, without, I mean, there'll be a couple of things there where you're looking at a little side eye, but if we can even go out there and hold them till, just look in control, force them off the field a couple of times on third down, make them look uncomfortable.
Get a sack or two.
That's what I'm looking for. Is like I said earlier, this is the litmus test of best of the best. Somebody who almost every fan thinks they have a great chance of getting back to the championship again. So as far as I'm concerned, we got to look at them as top of the food chain here.
No, for sure. And I think one matchup, if I'm correct on who the player is, I was looking at the Chiefs depth chart earlier, and I believe their starting left tackle is Donovan Smith. And all I really know about him is that he played for the Buccaneers last year and was like first in holding penalties. And we saw how Brady was looking in that pocket. So hopefully this kind of something just kind of throwing out there. Hopefully that's kind of something that we can maybe expose and maybe, give Mahomes a hard time with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm entirely.
This is not the team that they were last year. So I ain't gonna sit up here and start talking shit, but I just think that we gotta.
You saying we got a dub?
I am gonna pick us to win. Yeah.
Ooh.
I feel like I gotta. I think we're gonna be able to come out and shock the world. Like I think we got a serious opportunity to just really put a little fear in their heart at worst. You know what I'm saying? And kind of put the league on notice. But I do feel like we can also.
I like it.
Sneak one, come in there and it's ring night. Like Mahomes I saw he been shooting basketballs on the golf course. They've been doing their thing all summer. I'm chilling. But no, I think we do have opportunity to possibly steal one.
Okay. I ain't mad at it. I don't know. I'll go back and forth between like I wanna fully drink the Kool-Aid, but I can't yet. I should drink the Kool-Aid beforehand because I'm gonna look like a bandwagon if I go ahead and hop on it if we do beat them, when we do beat them. But it's one of those I guess kind of how I've been rolling with this the whole time is I gotta go with my inner gut. So I kind of think we're gonna kind of take a tough L. It's kind of what I think. But
okay. No, I feel that. So I think, and I'm kind of like off of like my thought process behind it is just off of like momentum, and I'm assuming that Dan Campbell learned his lesson in a lot of them situations last year. But that's what I'm like.
I hope, and if not, get his ass out of there. Keep Ben Johnson before we lose. We got on this movie. But that'd be a whole nother story. That if he goes out here and he has a bunch of, if he gives Mahomes the ball on the 50-yard line after a fake punt, then we can have that discussion. But I think he's learned his lesson, and it's been a long off season of him getting made fun of, and He's kind of shed the K-Man Campbell thing a little bit, so I think he just got a fourth down Dan, whatever we were calling him. I just think he's overcome that a little bit.
Yeah,
So, he's overcome that a little bit. I do think we've turned the page.
I agree.
I do think that is him to learn. I do think he'll always have that in him, where at any point in time he
Roll the
could. I
dice.
think he wants to keep that. Where at any point in time he could have that punt pass. He
I
could
would
have
not be
that
shocked if we saw that tonight or
onside kick
tomorrow.
for no apparent reason. Like I think he likes to keep that element of surprise in his back pocket. Not something I'm the biggest fan of. But I think he likes that. So I think
Yeah,
that's something
I agree.
we'll have to work against. That's something we'll
Right. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think as long as he learned his lesson and we just there's no besides it being the first game of the first, the new season. I mean, I just don't see why we can't, at least like keep that momentum rolling and just like not getting our own way. You know what I'm saying? And just really like we got some solid weapons in the draft. We got some guys that are going to be able to play right away. That are going to play right away. I think Brian Branch is going to be a dog.
You're gonna put
Like,
the league on notice tomorrow.
I think he gonna really, yeah. So I love the defense. I wish it was a little tighter, just in some different areas. People could address a couple different things, but at least the secondary is like revamped, brand new. Sucks to see Mosley that knee. Is he not playing? I don't know how bad that is. Hopefully that's not something that just kind of blow up in our face. But at least the secondary looks. Gardner Johnson. I mean, that's a big time game changer right there too. So
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I'm looking forward to it. I guess I'll jump out the window first here with my score prediction because we got the faithful over there. So I am I'm going to go 34-24. Chiefs win 34-24.
okay.
Slightly closer game than that score would indicate. I do think we'll be not that that's a blowout by no means. I think we'll be in the hunt going into it. I think that is just be the pull away.
It'll be one or two possessions.
Yep.
Something just go wrong on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I'm gonna go 31-27.
Okay.
I think we like
you go out there, set the tone.
Yeah. You get a nice lead, keep them at bay for the most part. Mahomes gonna do what he's gonna do. It'll just be interesting to see, so the one game Kelsey didn't play, he went nuts. Like one time in his career, Kelsey didn't play. It wasn't much, pretty much did his thing.
Drop off. Yeah.
Yeah, they did have Tyreek Hill at that point in time, so that is a major difference. But they just look different. So on offense, like guys got rings, they got paid, they slid, they did what happens when teams usually win championships. So I just feel like they breaking in some new pieces too. So we'll see what it looks like.
Yeah, no, they got a little bit to prove themselves. I agree with you on that. It's a tall task though. They're
it is.
legit.
Yeah,
and I
think
and
Arrowhead is crazy.
So that's why I think it'll be a great victory. You go out there and take that, and then I'm fully bought in, 100%. Because I think that has set the tone off where if you can beat them, you can literally beat anybody week to week. It doesn't, and I think that might kind of be the snowball effect that they might need to kind of, get some swag about the squad. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine Dan Campbell, that team with a Kansas City victory under their belt. That'd be a whole new monster. So I'm hoping you're right. They can go out there and squeak by a last second field goal, and that'd be like a championship victory for us Detroit Lions fans. We had messed around, thought we won that
banner right now. Hang the banner right now.
Let's go ahead and pre-order that shit.
I doubt any other NFC team gonna beat them the rest of the year.
Yeah. So no, I'm right there with you though. I'm looking forward to it. We'll be kicking off about 24 hours from right now. It's 8:30 on the dot. So
big opportunity.
Go ahead and ready to kick them in the mouth. I'm right there with you. I hope we can. And as I'm ready to see the young boys get loose. couple. I'm not. I'm other than when we played Chicago, I'm not that familiar with Montgomery's game. But yeah, I want to see what he can do. Just want to see what Gibbs. I mean, he looked electrifying.
He did.
Obviously St. Brown, he got a payday coming up soon. I'm sure he wants to put a little extra sauce on that so he can get a few extra M's. Yeah. I think got a lot to work with here.
Yep. So. Yeah, Montgomery been running behind that abysmal Bears line the last couple of years. He ain't gonna know what to see. He don't know what to do.
He don't know what a hole look like.
Right, for sure. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to at worst a good game. We can compete. We lose by a score or two. It is what it is. But I got some confidence that we can, we handle business. I think we can definitely sneak out there with a W.
Yes, sir. You got anything else for the people?
So we'll be back with y'all next week to talk on the results, both games.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.